Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. Today we are on the map Aurelia with the two contestants of Sashkorin and someone new on the channel, Domino. Now, before we zoom on in and have a look at them, just a quick reminder, there is a poll currently underway about the edge border here around the map. It's still going to be on until the new year. Currently, it's actually basically a 50% on and 50% off. And while these players kind of play away, this is the difference between having it on and off. Helps if I could apparently spell. With it off, you can see this is what it looks like. Now, this can be quite horrific for people's eyes. And on some parts of the map, as we zoom on in, you can just see how it goes straight down. Now, there are pros and cons to having it. This is a bit harsh, I would say. So we're going to keep it on for now. But, yeah, don't forget to have your say while you can in that poll. And we'll see how it goes in the new year. And we'll go from there. Now, zooming on in. Domino, I don't think we've seen on the channel before. They are currently playing Armada and going bot lab. With a OS here of 36, they are a bit outmatched when it comes to Sashkorin, but we'll see how they go. Sashkorin here and the opponent going Armada and also going bots. You can just see how many ticks Sash has managed to get out already. And I actually requested something from me the other day. We'll just leave that open on the side for a second. Basically, someone asked in one of the comments. I do try and read all the comments. But they asked if we could kind of leave the factory menu open so they can kind of see what the players are like planning out in their build queues. So this is Sashkorin's factory here. Now the tick's actually managing to get pretty far in. Stopping the building of that LLT. Now Sash is in a dangerous position being this far forward due to the fact that he only has 2 metal extractors to start on. And doesn't have much in the way of protection against units that come in near. He's relying purely on the pawns that he's now built. Shift Control N, Control Space. Don't think that works. Anyway, so Domino kind of doing a smart thing right now with his ticks here. He's kept them in positions to kind of deny expansion. This is a very good move. Sashkorin being forced on the defensive here. These ticks will not manage to get too much, but they have caused Sash to have to invest quite heavily in defensive units. Sash doing really well with his energy production at the moment, but when it comes to metal, absolutely struggling. Whereas his opponent here, Domino, doing really well on metal because he started on a triple metal spot, and he's also got 2 constructors that are already going out and capping off. Now this is the big difference between Domino and Sashkorin here, with the choice of start position being back here. Being able to kind of start off with more metal extractors does give you significant advantage. But you're going, well, why do people play and start here? Well, I mean, the quicker you can get stuff to your opponent's base, the better. And if you're able to control this middle section here with units coming freshly out of your factory, it's going to be harder for your opponent to push down that lane. Because the closer you get to your opponent's factory, obviously, the more freshly built units you're having to fight. Quicker your opponent can get reinforcements to his front. So now these pawns are, I was about to say they're going to get surrounded, but Domino makes the right choice of just going straight in on one of the sides there. Now those other 3 in the back just can't catch up. But realistically, those pawns don't really accomplish anything. This is where you do need to be careful about your opponent just kind of gifting your opponent metal by leaving wrecks behind. You see there's 168 metal there sat there currently. It looks like Sash here will manage to get a good 2 metal extractors at least. He may struggle to get that construction bot. Don't think that's gonna happen. And as soon as Sash goes up there with that pawn, it's game over. But Sash with his commander, looks like he does plan on moving into the water. Surprisingly, I mean, Tidal on this map is a strength of 14. It's not nothing to be sniffed at. Winds obviously goes up to 16. So it is a good potential use here. But if you play some Tidals in this corner here, there's a high probability it's not really ever going to get raided. So pretty decent spot to have some eco. Also, we can see Sash going very greedy here. He's just got this single LLT to defend. Now, bear in mind that units can run round here and get around the side. And so right now, he's got like this huge open side. But he's going so heavily into build power right now, which makes sense. Look how much metal he's got saved up. And as we look at the player view here, you can see with the radar, he can see this line of units here. He doesn't know what's around on the left, and he doesn't know what's around on the right. Meanwhile, Domino knows the LLT is there. With the commander on the left as well, he's pretty much in a very strong position to hold against this push. And those units won't be able to get any further. Domino already building defenses on that side. And currently, Metal Second is very close. Both players basically neck and neck when it comes to metal production. You can see that both players kind of very similar in terms of how many metal spots they've got capped. The ones that Sashkorin have got on these islands is going to make a difference here. But with this force so close now to the front line, this has got to raise some worries for Sash here. He's built a Centurion, but that's not going to do that good. There's so many Rocketeers here that the LLT is going to be completely pointless. And that LLT pretty much only needs a couple more shots and it'll be dead. And the thing is with Rocketeers, if you've got good micro, he can dodge all of those rockets, Sashkorin. And it does seem like Domino right now is just quite happy to... he thinks he's contained, but little does he know that Sash's commander is coming up on that right side. Plenty of rocket bots, and that... Ooh, that rocket bot almost got destroyed instantly. In fact, the only losses so far has actually been Domino's. What Domino could really do with right now is maybe just like a single tick in this army, just to provide vision. You could also place it like up here on this hill, and it would really cause problems. He does have a construction bot actually really far forward, so who knows if you maybe build some form of defenses over here. Domino's view here is the issue. He doesn't have vision. He's using those pawns there to provide vision. But that's a expensive vision. This is a lot of rocket bots. And a Centurion does get destroyed. He desperately needs a radar. He should really be building a radar with that construction bot. He's too busy trying to micro and now having to go into the LLT range. Such overkill though with all of those rockets. And a transition over to vehicles here from Mr. Sashkorin with the use of artillery. This will outrange the rocket bots substantially. At the same time, though, transition over to vehicles from Domino as well, and he's decided to go straight into full stouts. Now, this is... I was about to say, this would about to be dangerous if Sash's commander got caught out there by this rocket bot army. Why are they not shooting? There we go. Yeah, unnecessary damage. But Resbots are nearby, so they will be able to resurrect that construction bot. Mine's actually going up here as well on the front. The hell? The rocket bot made it up the hill. Okay. Was not expecting that. Oh, and the mine layer gets taken out. Oh, hanging around in that spot's dangerous, taking so many extra shots purely because he doesn't have any vision at all. And here comes the boom. Rocket bots get taken out. He did go quite heavily in there just to get the 2 stouts through. Now this will cause some economy damage. On the right, he tried the same thing, but it did not do anything. This is not looking good for Sash so far. This is going to be a big amount of economy here. Transition over to Tech 2 vehicles now from Sashkorin. Does need something. And going straight into balls as well, which is a ballsy choice. Domino really needs to get some more economy hit here. He has split up his 2 tanks here with the idea he's trying to do as much damage in a short time as possible. On the left-hand side, more tanks trying to make their way through the defenses of Sashkorin. These stouts just getting completely surrounded by the pawns, though. Good bit of aggro damage here, but the stouts not able to really do enough damage in a short time span. One stout actually left alive here, but a lot of economy damage being dealt to Sashkorin. And the D-gun coming in. This is a dangerous move. Domino going into double LLT. Ending up with 47% health. That is a dangerous move on his part. And now with Jaguars and Bulls defending the front line. A lot of Tech 2 will start coming out at an alarming rate. And some of these stouts are managing to break through. A lot of energy damage being dealt. Not only that, but we notice here that all of the construction turrets basically around that, actually all of the construction turrets except this one here has been destroyed, leaving very, very little build power for Sashkorin. Sashkorin also losing pretty much every single one of his main expansion nexus. And these 2 stouts on the left are actually going to be able to kind of make a hole on the right. Still, more stouts barreling in, and the Tech 2 factory gets destroyed as well. That's a massive, massive loss for Sashkorin. And how is Sash going to manage to bring this back? Meanwhile, actually, this cheeky move down here may be how Sash is about to bring this back. Sash's commander now making ground. Walking into the second of the LLTs here. De-gunning that one. A transition to Tech 2 was taking place here by Domino. So he currently has no units nearby able to defend. What is Sash's plan? We select Sash's view. He knows where the base is, clearly, from all of that. He doesn't have any units right now. Right now, I'm probably trying to desperately build units back here. And instead... Oh, there we go. Such a ballsy move. I don't know why he's not bringing these tanks in the middle back. Thinking that what he's got will be enough here. Sash's commander is low, and currently with no factory as well. Not really able to use any of that metal. Very, very risky D-guns. Sash now having to cloak to try and run away. Bear in mind that cloaking doesn't really work too much. There should still be the radar dot, but the radar's kind of not there. See, in this little spot here where the lines are, there is no radar in that spot because it's down the hill. And Sash manages to get away barely with 29% health. Now, what the heck is Sash gonna do now? His opponent is on Tech 2. Not only that, but he's gonna get his economy even further ahead. Sash's base was pretty much all but destroyed. At this point, Domino really should be just hammering home the win here. He has only just got Tech 2 up, which he's going to start getting that economy up to Tech 2 as well. But he's killed his opponent's pretty much entire base. So from his point of view, he's happy to build up here. But realistically, letting your opponent rebuild, like his opponent had no factory and he's managed to completely rebuild this Tech 2 vehicle lab. That is an opponent getting back in the game here is a big mistake. At this point, Sash only has a single bull and this artillery piece. And easily could be dealt with by this force here. Oh, well, what a surprise. Sash making his way back with his commander right now. Seems Domino being superly overcautious. And doesn't really need to quite be this cautious. But, you know, he's not scouted. He doesn't know. Actually, that's a good point. Let's have a look, shall we? As we zoom on out of the map here, this is Domino's point of view. So, as far as he's aware, all of these metal points have been destroyed. You know, he doesn't know what's going on in the base. He has an inkling that there's mines here because you saw the mine layer, but obviously they're not there. There's pretty much a hole. And he's obviously building some units to defend on this right-hand side, but he's pretty sure that this is all Sash's. Now, what he should maybe be contemplating is a construction bot, maybe build a radar up here. We never see this blooming high ground used. Why? Why not? This is a perfect place to hit this base from. But no. And meanwhile, this is what Sash is currently looking at. Desperately trying to get that fusion reactor up. And you can just see now that trying to micro up as much as he can. And this is how much these players zoom in and out all the time. This is constant. Whereas Domino, he is taking his time right now just to purely eco up. And we're going to turn that off because that just gets nauseous after a while. With the Tech 1 Air Lab here, this is probably going to be to provide the vision that we were discussing. Building some scouts. He could maybe go for bombers with the idea to do a bombing run on this. But realistically, he needs to kill the commander. She has an idea is over here, but still right now he should be kind of trying to keep his opponent down, which he isn't, which is a bit of a mistake. Actually going for fighters out of this factory. Wouldn't know why he would want fighters. His opponent has never shown any signs of building air. So to pump so many fighters out seems a bit of a waste. And you should at least get some scouts first to see what your opponent's doing. For all he knows, Sash may be building a nuke. There's no pressure been applied here, so that's the problem, right? No pressure is being applied. This left side has been left completely alone. He's got so many units in this middle, and he's choosing not to do anything with it. No pressure, and because of that, Sash is just able to completely rebuild for free. All of those attacks earlier on where he did so much damage and set Sashkorin back has just been completely repaired. All the build power's back. And we're looking at, you know, even more metal than what he had before now. And we have seen this before. It's talking about, you know, your killer instinct, right? And it's when to make that decision to go for the win. Now, when do you think you have your overwhelming force? Because, you know, the decision is right. You don't want to go in with this thinking you're going to win. And then you lose it all. And then you've basically donated all that metal to your opponent. But the way to tell that is you scout. He had a bot lab for ticks. He's got an air lab for scouts. He should be trying to get vision and see what his opponent is doing. If he saw that that's literally all that is currently defending his opponent's base, then there is no reason why he should not be going in right now. Actually, cloaky tanks coming out from Sashkorin right now is a interesting decision. This is, again, probably just for Sash to get some vision. His energy isn't the best at the moment, so this is an interesting choice. I think I've seen anyone ever really use these things. They're not amazing. The actual damage that they deal is pretty insignificant. It says they've got 87 DPS, but that's less than a pawn. So do with that as you will. Now, what is his plan? Move them just outside his opponent's army. Bunch of mines also being built here by this console. They're medium mines. They are indeed medium mines. And is Sash paying attention? No, and just see how quickly those stealth tanks get destroyed. And yeah, not really gonna accomplish too much. Realistically, if Domino went all in on this rather than ecoing up here, this game should be over. He's now going to Tech 2 to build Tech 2 air fighters. Again, waste. Why? Your opponent still has shown no signs of air. It's good to get a bit of a fighter screen, but like vision is your most important factor here. You still have no idea what your opponent's doing. You need to get vision. Sash is playing catch up right now. He's quite happy to sit back and just build up right now. So for him, the longer this goes on for, the better. And actually, you can see him prepping a bunch of construction turrets here. Now, he's probably planning to start his advanced fusions, and never mind. I was about to say, it looks like he's planning starting his advanced fusions and energy converters, but no, it looks like he's actually going air. This will purely be to get those Tech 2 constructors moved across quicker, probably over to these little islands. That was just power dropping, I think. Yeah, as you can see, the power here dropping for Sashkorin, making those mines visible. And you see he's going to start upgrading all of these side mexes here, transporting the construction turret as well to assist in the build. Sash didn't really place that construction turret in the best of spots. Placed it a bit further up, they would have been able to get both like that one can, but oh well. Domino still not doing anything, which when we look at the stats here, Sash with an excess here of 3k. Finally, a scout coming out from Domino. Anti-nukes being built by both players here. And apparently Domino really wants Junos for all of those mines. These mines are built so close to each other, they're totally going to chain as soon as one of them gets killed. And walls being destroyed on the right, but so far still nothing of value. And finally, Domino gets the vision he needs. Finally seeing what is going on. Surely this should tell you. His base has nothing. He has an anti-nuke. He's starting his advanced energy converters. Now, with that information, he should know, right, is the Juno done? Does he have a missile in Juno? He does. You Juno this spot and you roll right in. He's got a bunch of pulsar, starlights, on the left that's going to slowly whittle away the sentries and LLTs on that left-hand side. But his opponent is going to start out-ecoing him if he doesn't start getting his act together. And surprisingly, we're actually already seeing that. Energy a second is very, very much on Domino's side here, but metal a second is not as much of a difference. All the numbers are heavy in the blue, and yet Sashkorin hasn't given up. Finally, these starlights here starting to make a move forward and actually doing something. Or not, apparently. Let's go ahead and speed this game up a bit, I think. We're now at 2 times speed, and both players are spending the entire time ecoing. Oh. So, Sashkorin actually building artillery points on this side. A very good move. And also interesting location for this Juno. There we go. And all of the mines now destroyed. Is Domino finally going to make a push? Which may be too late, as we see Sashkorin actually already building tech 3. And the Razorback is out. Why is he not pushing? Domino! He's ground targeting that. Which has done its job. Now trying to hit this one. But look at Sash's view. He is shooting where he thinks it is. But it's actually just a little bit off. And now the second one built. Not really going to make much of a dent there, but all of these Razorbacks that are now appearing on the left-hand side. To be fair, though, the Razorbacks with this many starlights, I think are probably just going to get melted straight away. But the starlights are going to rely on energy. Not energy, they're going to rely on vision. And yeah. This is just... The fact that this has been allowed to happen is just ridiculous. He's going to build a bunch of long-range plasma cannons on this side. Slow Junos going up every now and again. Both players are in the tech free now as well, but both players' radars are also getting hit. Domino has had so much time. Oh, go back down to 1 speed here as the Razorbacks make their way in. But with just so many Starlights, and there is a Pulsar up as well. 4 Razorbacks dead. 5 now, with 1 remaining. And he just picked the one wrong spot to attack. It does look like that Razorback may make it out alive. Bottom right hand corner, looks like that may have been a slight change of plan. And are we finally going to see someone use this hillside here with these artillery? But Domino does have eyes on this corner. He's aware there's stuff there, and yet he's choosing to not deal. Oh, now he's finally sending units over to deal with it. Sash is building some fighters of his own. These vanguards will stop any chance of those long-range plasma cannons getting built on that island. And that corner will get mopped up pretty quickly. Atomic bombers are planned, it seems, from Domino here. We're starting to get a decent enough fighter force here that it's not really going to cut it anymore. All they need to do is push him with land units. He's got so many land units he could build. Even these guys, just push them up. Domino knows he's got a good thing going and he doesn't want to risk losing it. I think that's the problem here. He's so happy to sit back and like, right, I'm ahead. I'm going to keep going ahead. And the defenses he built on the left did save him from those Razorbacks. But he's investing metal into so much. Look how much metal there could be here. Should probably be using the console to suck that metal up as quick as possible. But you would expect it should be a matter of time for Sash before he loses. And yet, he hasn't given up. Energy-wise, Sash is currently now building more energy a second than Domino. And if he's able to get the energy converters up and running, that will probably make even the metal. Shipyard also being built on the right-hand side there. That's a bit of a risky... Well, it's not risky. It's just not really profitable move. An air transport... Just carrying units over to this far left-hand side. Thing is, all of these Starlights have no units to defend them with. Like, all it takes is, you know, some scouts to go over, and that's it. And we're going to go back to 2 times speed here as, again, nothing seems to be happening as both players just sit doing nothing. What is it with all these games recently and players just ecoing up heavily in 1v1s? These should be up here starting to cause damage. But instead they just sat there. Titans now also built. Atomic bombers also, like, he's building more of them now, but yeah, he's not really doing anything with them. Finally starting to get this reclaim on the left hand side here, but as soon as he goes to get the last 2, he's going to get sniper botted. I'd just say Domino's invested so much into point defense. It's a bit of a waste. He's like positioning so many units on this left-hand side, but they're not doing anything with them. Just having them sit there and defend. Like, why not use that air transport that you're using to move units? Why not move them up here? Why not drop some units up on this top hill and, like, start taking out some of the eco, get round. But instead, it's just happy to sit there. To the point where, you know, Sashkorin had nothing. Sashkorin is now building his 7th advanced fusion. He has a flagship. Like, how have you let your opponent get to build a flagship when he had nothing? And look, all these flak as well. That's going to just absolutely eat the fighter screen of Domino. The Titans are moving across to try and deal with the flagship, but... we briefly just go down to the 1x speed here to see what kind of plan is to react to this flagship here. The flagship's going to have great line of sight into all this economy. Doesn't even need to get that close either. What does Sash know about, though? Sash doesn't know about much, and that's his problem right now. Titans need to kind of walk up and start dealing damage, because if this gets into this chain here, all of these are going to chain all the way back, and they're probably going to be enough damage to set off those energy converters. And if Sash wins this game because Domino was just not bothering to attack, then that's pretty bad on Domino. The flagship, though, getting pretty low health now. Flagship goes pop. Another one's on its way. I don't think sending atomic bombers to deal with 2 AA ships is a good move. And there we go. The Titans finally gonna make their way out. Why not move the Titans up the water aisle? Atomic bombers land and manage to take out the Tech 2 factory. Not that it was really being used anymore. Sashkorin actually reclaimed his Tech 3 lab over here as well, and is investing everything into flagships. That's his plan for victory. And meanwhile, again, still Domino just not doing anything. He's perfectly sitting on this left-hand side, not applying any pressure whatsoever. In the middle, no, just no pressure at all. This is a game of no pressure. That atomic bomber's dead. Be interested to know, actually. If you know this in the comments, let me know. Does a radar jammer in an abductor work? Like, is this actually giving radar jamming to stuff there? That's a good... Can I see that? No, because it doesn't have radar there. Oh. Okay, no, it doesn't. There you go. We can see the radar dots. Radar jammer in an air transport does not work. Now here come 2 flagships. 1 is enough. Build more. These Titans just move over here to defend this side. I will not be happy with you, Domino. Finally, some economy damage being dealt by Domino. He's so quick to run away. Oh, you have 4 Titans against Tech 2 units. Like, why not go in with this? Yes, they're sniper bots. You think he has the energy to fire all those? Meanwhile, now his opponent has managed to build 4 flagships. We can just see this stuff has no vision because of the radar jammers. And it honestly does kind of look like Domino is actually about to lose. As 4 flagships is a lot of damage to be dealt. And he only has this 1 Titan here at the moment. The atomic bombers, only one of them manages to drop the bomb. And now that's 1 Titan dead, and all 4 flagships are left alive with a 5th one on its way. And these shields are not going to last very long at all. You can see the strength of them drastically ticking down. And rather than Domino desperately rushing here to try and push to win, with all of the forces that he's got, he's just sitting there. And here goes the chain. Luckily enough, stuff gets repaired and reclaimed before it manages to go off. Still not a single flagship has been destroyed, and these guys on the right now only just starting to do something. EMP launches away. Oh, 2 Titans actually get EMP'd. Push finally happens in the middle here. It's taken so long for that to happen. Is he going to be able to last though? That is the question. This won't be able to fire if it actually gets all of his energy built. EMP's going off again though. Going to hit all of those pulsars. Not only that, but there's a flagship off to the right. So I keep calling them pulsars, but actually the starlights. Oh, they're grouped up so much that these are going to chain. Yep, there you go. How much will it matter though? The Titans on the left being completely ignored. Domino not really paying attention to them whatsoever. What is Domino currently thinking and doing? Now he's moving them. Flagships on the right. Only one of them managed to get killed. There's still 2 there. Is that a nuke? Yes. And the nuke hits all of the economy of Sashko's. And that will finally be it. Sashkorin calling the GG after that, managing to get the anti-nuke. And Domino gets the win. Realistically, that game should not have taken that long whatsoever. Domino was in a very, very impressive lead for a long time in that game. The fact that Sashkorin managed to pull that far back just shows why you shouldn't give up. If he maybe invested in Titans instead of flagships and he ran them down that water lane, who knows what could have happened. Domino left himself way too open. But thank you guys for watching this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. We're so close to hitting 3K. I'd love to get there by the end of the year, but do your best, and I will see you guys next time.